Hey guys, PopGamer1202 here because I wanted to talk about Marvel's Avengers and how it's already a Game of the Year contender. For those of you that don't know, anyone who pre-ordered the game on PS4 got beta access this past weekend, and I played through as much of it as I possibly could. So I wanted to stop and share my thoughts, the good things, the bad things, and everything in between. If you enjoy, want to see more Avengers content, or you just like my videos, make sure to show support down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do, feel free to hit that little bell icon to be notified whenever I upload. Also, if you'd please, follow me on Twitter at PopGamer1202, and check out the links in the description below. I do have a Patreon where you can support me directly, the link's down there as well, check it out. Yes, Marvel's Avengers is on the right track to be one of the best games of the year, and what I'm about to say, I will say with 100% confidence. That's that this was one of the best betas I've ever played for a video game. Not just because of how well the game ran or how smooth the gameplay was. Yes, for everything happening within this early build of the game, I was surprised that I barely encountered any problems. Out of all the hours I played, my game froze only once. The only real issue I had is the reason why I can't speak on co-op gameplay. I had no luck with online matchmaking, which is truly a shame. Hopefully come next weekend I can squad up with some friends and really get a feel for that online experience because it has a bigger effect on the gameplay than you can imagine, but more on that in a second. In terms of content, the beta was packed with awesomeness. This is honestly the closest you can get to a game being perfect before it makes a full release. It's so well balanced and almost every mechanic works for the game, not against. Of course, things need to change and changes will be made. That's what the beta is for. After completing each mission, beta players get to grade them on a scale from 1 to 5. Most of what I played got 5s from me, but I can't say the same about a few of the other missions. The enemies have way too much health in certain situations, and the game just loves throwing a bunch at you, making it almost impossible to make any progress by yourself. Even jumping in with a full squad of AI Avengers wasn't enough, as they didn't do much for me in objective-based gameplay. All I'm saying is that I would like for certain missions to be made more playable outside of co-op. Solo players should have more of a chance to succeed. The beta kicks off with the A-Day mission that we've seen in the trailers for the game. It's where you get a glimpse of what each of the Avengers has to offer. Through the beta, I had access to level up and customize Black Widow, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, and the Hulk, so this was the only chance I had to play as Thor and Captain America. But the short time I spent with them was totally worth it, as every character is a blast in their own way, and I can't wait to get hands-on with the full squad when the game actually releases. A big question circling around is whether or not this game feels too much like Spider-Man on PS4, or if there's any similarity at all. The more I think about it, the more I can say, yes, of course this game is full of superhero stereotypes like side quests feeling a little repetitive, but Spider-Man is a specific comparison, especially when you are playing as Black Widow and Miss Marvel, who have the same kind of web-slinging combat style. I'm actually very interested to see what happens when Spidey comes to the game and what the devs do to set theirs apart from Insomniac's, because I can't imagine the gameplay feeling much different, even though there are very different mechanics that make this game a unique experience. Really, what I should say is that this is a mix of elements from different games to create something new, including some survival techniques that Crystal Dynamics got from their time with Tomb Raider, like looting and upgrading gear. There is an open world element to this game that I really like. It's not super open, but there is stuff you'll miss if you don't explore, so that's cool. The gameplay is all around loads of fun, but also this game features some of my favorite boss fights of all time. That's a bold statement, I know, but from Black Widow versus the Taskmaster to the Hulk versus Abomination, these boss fights feel like they're taken straight out of the MCU level action movies, and I wouldn't want it any other way. As a fan of the on-screen Marvel adventures, this game is everything I could have wanted. There's one mission in particular where you're working with your crew to take down this giant robot crawly thing. It's pretty cool. Anyways, yeah, I was worried going in because I was not a fan of the overall design, and truly I'm still not, but despite how they look, I am very much excited to go on a journey with Crystal Dynamics' version of these characters. The voice cast is amazing, and certain characters are at their best here, including Bruce Banner and Miss Marvel, who I didn't know a lot about going in, but this game has me super interested in her story. There's a lot happening in this game. Skill trees and different combos for each character, which I guess is mostly a good thing. You could always stick to a main and play as your favorite Avenger, but there's nothing wrong with rewinding and mastering the rest of the characters. Each has a fairly unique playstyle, so you can pick and choose based on whatever strategy you're feeling. But beyond in-game combat, there's complexity in swapping and upgrading gear, as well as mission modifiers to mix a little extra chaos into your life. But unlike other games, Marvel's Avengers never gets to a point where it's too much for your brain to handle. I caught on pretty fast. The PS4 open beta is this upcoming weekend, and then it's open for Xbox and and PC the weekend after that. So try this out. Let me know what you think. I've got Avengers gameplay on the way. Stay tuned.